Hey everybody, this video once again brings us back out to the Valley Forge National Historical Park. And the reason why we are back in Valley Forge is because I want to take a look at something that I've never really taken a deep look at before. I've been out here before, I've taken a look at this before, but I've never really walked around and really taken this in. And that is something we can actually see from up here on this hill. It is the old 1911 Valley Forge train station that sits right down there. Yes, the 1911 Valley Forge train station. I'm pretty pumped about this. You guys know I love trains, I love train stations, I love architecture, I love Valley Forge, so it's a whole bunch of goodness for me. I'm pretty excited to actually walk down here and take a look at this, because like I said, I have been down here before. I have actually been to the train station, I've walked around it, but I've never really admired it and taken it in and really focused on the train station. But today we're going to do just that. So all right, let's go take a look at a 1911, 110-year-old train station. I'm pretty excited. So to actually get to the train station, you do have to park on top of this hill up there and then walk down to it. They actually just recently redid this whole area a couple of years ago. There's now bathrooms over here, which are pretty nice. There used to be bathrooms, I believe, there's a barn down there. There were some bathrooms underneath a barn. That was about it for restrooms. I actually don't even know if those restrooms down there are still accessible or not. Have no idea, but these ones here are quite nice. If you have to relieve yourself, those are some nice bathrooms to do that in. But we're not here to talk about bathrooms. We're here to talk about the train station, which again, I'm excited to take a look at. Like I said, built in 1911. And the reason why this train station was actually built was to actually bring in people who were coming to the Valley Forge State Park. Did not used to be a national park. Back in the day, this was a Pennsylvania state park. And in the 1870s, late 1870s, they renovated the Washington headquarters. Right over there is a very large house, the Washington headquarters house, which is where George Washington was actually staying when him and his men were encamped out here in Valley Forge. And they redid it, they renovated that whole house, and thousands of people started coming out here to the state park to see the house and see where George Washington stayed and where his men stayed. They wanted to come out here and see Valley Forge. And there used to be an old train station that was actually just a small train station for freight and whatnot, but they decided to build this nice big train station to actually bring in people from Philadelphia and from Reading and probably all the way out in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. There's Pottsville, Pottstown, and Pottsgrove. There's a lot of Potts towns in this area, but they brought people from way out there and all the way from Philadelphia to come out here and actually visit the state park. And eventually it turned into a national historical park. But again, built in 1911, this train station. Like I said, I'm pretty pumped about this. Unfortunately, you have to walk down this, look at this winding walkway here. That's how you get down. I understand. I don't know why. They should have just done some stairs. I guess I could have walked down the road maybe, but I feel like some stairs would have also been nice, because it's going to take me like 15 minutes just to walk down this winding trail. It is what it is. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I don't care. I'll walk down a winding trail, but again, some stairs would have been nice too. So this is a first for me. The train station actually looks to be open. I have never actually gone inside the train station before. I don't know if this is a new exhibit they have going on in here, but last time I was here, there was no entering into the train station. That was not a thing you could do. So today we're actually gonna go inside the train station. I'm excited about this. I'm looking forward to going inside that. I've looked through the windows before. Like I said, I've been out here, I've walked around, but I've never been actually inside the train station before. So this is going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, this is a whole new experience for me. But look at this. It is a beautiful, beautiful train station. I love this so much. The architecture out here is absolutely amazing. I can't get enough of the architecture of these old stations. They were beautiful. Nowadays, it would just be some brick or some aluminum or something like that. They wouldn't do something amazing like this. Look at the stonework on this. That is so nice. I love it. Again, beautiful station. Like I said, built in 1911 to bring people out to what was once a state park, then eventually a national historical park. And today, we can go inside. I'm really excited about that. Look at this stairwell here. I can just imagine back in the early 1900s, people coming out here, taking the train, getting all dressed up, probably in their finest gear. I'm sure the kids were looking great, the mom was looking great, the dad was probably in his suit, the wife was probably in her nice big gown or whatever, her nice evening, or not say evening wear, but her nice day dress, if you will. Everybody looking probably fancy as all heck to come out here to the state park, taking the train, getting off here at the station, walking down these stairs and walking over to the actual headquarters of George Washington. That must have been a fantastic day. I can just imagine how much fun that must have been back in the day. Look at this, seriously. Just absolutely beautiful. But all right, like I said, we're gonna go inside because I've never been inside. I'm pretty excited to go inside. All right, it's not a train. That's still pretty awesome. Actually, I hope everybody's okay. That looks like it might be a medical helicopter, a medical helicopter, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully whoever's in that is okay. But all right, again, we didn't see a train. We did see a pretty cool helicopter. All right, so here we go into the train station. There's actually a couple of people in here, so I want to be kind of quiet. Don't want to make too much noise, but look at this. Look at the Valley Forge train station sign. That is awesome. All kinds of historical information on Washington's encampment here and whatnot. Look at this. Look at the walls here. The wooden walls. Again, they just don't make things like this anymore. This amazing. This is actually a rolling doorway. That is so awesome. I mean, I've only just walked in to the train station. I'm already completely blown away. You haven't even seen the whole thing. This is just the little front entrance, and my mind's already completely blown. Here's some interesting relics. There's actually a ticket punch here, which is right over there. There's a typewriter, telegraph key, bell ringer, an intercom telephone, and resonator box. That's really interesting. Look at these old relics of the actual train station. My grandfather, I don't know whatever happened to them. He had a whole bunch of these old lanterns. He actually used to work for Conrail. He had a bunch of these down in the basement. He has unfortunately passed away, so I have no idea whatever happened to all the old lanterns. I need to ask my grandmother. Maybe she knows. It'd be really cool to actually have some of those. Look at the old clock up there. Look at this thing. This is a fuse box. That is the old fuse box for the train station. Yes, I'm freaking out over a fuse box. I mean, come on. That's awesome. This is incredibly beautiful. This is where people were coming into, they were actually buying their tickets in here. Right here is the actual ticket counter. This is where you would come up and say, we need one ticket back home to Philadelphia or to Reading or wherever they may have been heading back to. These train tracks actually head to a train station in my hometown. I've actually taken you guys there before. So if I was alive back then, I could have taken a train from my hometown, just walked down the hill to my train station. And I could have came out here to the Valley Forge State Park, National Park, and then I could have slipped some money under this counter, got my ticket, hopped on my train, and gone back home. That is really, really cool to think about. I wish you could still do that. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong, car travel is fantastic. The fact that I could just hop in my car and drive the 15 minutes out here was also really cool, but taking the train would have been really interesting, and walking into something like this would have been amazing as well. It is just absolutely beautiful in here. The architecture in here just completely blows my mind. I wish they still did things like this. Like I said, nowadays, this would be an aluminum box. That'd be it. You'd be inside just a box. That's what a train station would be today. All this stonework, all this woodwork, all this like decorative carving, this wouldn't be a thing anymore. I love it. This is amazing. I'm trying to like harken back to the days of the early 1900s and coming out here with my family. That would have been so cool. Hopefully though, maybe the bug situation wouldn't have been so bad back then. Yeah, it's December, but it's like 50 something degrees out for some weird reason. And all the bugs are coming out. Ugh. I love that the train station actually has a fireplace. I mean, of course it does. This is how you heated things back in the day when it got cold, when it was a December day where there's all kinds of bugs crawling around. You had to heat the place, and how did you do it? Well, you didn't have central heating. You had a fireplace. So yeah, even the train station back in the day used to have a fireplace. That's awesome. And I don't know if you guys have ever actually been by a fireplace. I don't know if you guys actually have a fireplace. They do produce a ton of heat. I've always wondered how much heat really does come off of a fireplace. How well does it actually heat an area like this up? And I've been in places with fireplaces like that, and it works. It does heat the building up, and if you're anywhere near it, it's very, very, very warm. Pretty awesome, pretty amazing. Like, I love that. Look at the marble. That is so cool. Again, fireplaces instead of train station. Love it. So there's all kinds of historical information here, mostly about George Washington and his men who stayed here in the encampment and the George Washington headquarters and whatnot. Here we go, Washington's headquarters. So all kinds of stuff like that. I honestly though wish they'd have more information about the train station in here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to hear about Washington, his headquarters and whatnot, but you could find that out by actually going to the headquarters right out there. I mean, they should have all that information in the house out there, not so much in here, in my opinion. I really want to know more about the train station. That's what I want to know about. Here's a bust of William Billy Lee. This was George Washington's personal servant. That's pretty cool. Well, not pretty cool that he had a personal servant, but really awesome that they honor him here with this bust. That's really nice. Still though, like I said, as cool as it is to be reading all this information about the encampment, information about the war, information about Washington headquarters, I want more train station information. All right, well, honestly, this was pretty amazing. Like I said, I never actually have been inside of the train station before. The last time I was out here, this was not open to the public, so it was pretty cool to actually come inside here. But this is it for the information about the train station, the gateway to the park. The Reading Company built this rail line in 1842, linking Philadelphia with expansive coal fields upriver. After Valley Forge State Park was established in 1893, the village of Valley Forge grew into a tourist destination. In a time before many people owned automobiles, almost all visitors traveled here by train, prompting the railroad to replace a small freight station with this elegant station in 1911. This area served as the park entrance until 1960. That I did not know. Interesting. This was the park entrance up until 1960. That I had no idea. When a visitor center was built in the eastern end of the park. Look at that. That's what it used to look like back then. See, look at everybody in their finest. Look at how all the men and the women are dressed to come out to the park. That is so cool. To give it prominence and to honor General Washington, the station was designed in the colonial revival style, using the same stone and some of the woodwork details as Washington's headquarters. The station sits above headquarters, providing visitors with a dramatic entrance overlooking the historic scene. This is awesome. That is pretty cool. There's some Boy Scouts there. Thousands of Boy Scouts used the station during the 1950s and during 1950, 1957 National Jamborees. Passenger service continued on this line until the 1980s. It now serves as a Norfolk and Southern freight line. Really interesting. Yeah, up until the 1980s, I think it was like the mid to like late 80s, you can actually still take trains out here. All the stations along this rail line were actually still being used. I vaguely can remember the station in my hometown being open. I was a really little kid. I was born in 1982, so there was only a couple of years that station was actually still in use. I remember trains, like actual passenger trains, coming up and down those lines. So yeah, for a while, up until the 80s, you could actually still take trains out here. So again, it's a shame you can't do that anymore. I realized that the train travel kind of died off. People really didn't do it. It really didn't warrant keeping the passenger train service alive because it wasn't making any money, but still, I wish you could take the trains out here. I would definitely take the train out here and into Philadelphia and all the different stops. That'd be so much fun. I want train travel to be a thing again. Okay, yes, I know train travel is still a thing, but I mean coming out to just the state park or the National Historical Park for the day. I would love to do that. Nowadays, if you take a train, you're probably going somewhere kind of far away. You're probably traveling across, the United States or traveling from state to state or something like that. You're not just coming out to a park that's a good 10-minute drive away. Now you just take your car, unfortunately. But man, like I said, hopping in the train, coming out here for the day with your family, that'd be pretty awesome. Wish we could still do that. Something else I wish I could do, because I don't know, I'm just weird and went to, is actually to walk underneath the train tracks. As you can see right over here, there's a staircase that actually goes down and goes underneath the train tracks. I was noticing when we were standing over here, you could actually see down there. It's right over here. As you can see, there's this little entrance, like an actual kind of nice looking entrance with a nice archway around it. At one point, for whatever reason, you could apparently walk through a tunnel that would take you underneath the tracks to the other side. I don't know why you would have wanted to have done that. I don't know if it's just for maintenance. I mean, that is a really nice looking archway right there. So I can't imagine it was just for maintenance. You would think it actually served a purpose for people. Maybe there was a loading platform on the other side of the tracks as well. At some point, maybe you could actually get off on that side. Like maybe if you were coming from Philadelphia is down that way. So maybe if you were coming from Philadelphia, you would get off on that side. That's my guess. There's probably a loading platform on that side of the station as well. And you would take the stairs down, walk underneath, and you could come back up into the station and vice versa. That's my assumption. I guess that would kind of make sense, right? I'm thinking. I don't know. I kind of want to go down in the tunnel now. That'd be cool. The tunnel probably looks gross nowadays. It's probably just full of all kinds of muck and gunk and who knows what. but I want to go check it out. Unfortunately, though, we can't. As I'm walking down these stairs, I'm now realizing there's actually a second floor, or should I say a first floor, a bottom floor to this train station. Kind of curious as to what exactly is in there. I mean, nowadays they probably just use it for storage, but I wonder what that was used for back in the day. Do you think it was more storage back in the early 1900s up until the 80s? Or do you think maybe passengers could go in there? Maybe there was seating, maybe there was some food in there. Who knows what the actual bottom floor to the train station was used for, but I kind of want to go inside there now because yes, I'm a dork. I want to go see and explore every part of something I'm taking a look at, even the basement to the train station. I'm curious what's in the basement of the train station. Maybe Pee-wee's bike is in the basement of the train station. Here's the archway. This is a really, really nice archway. There's no way this was used just as something for maintenance. This was definitely used for passengers. So yes, my assumption is the other side of the tracks definitely had a platform where you could load and unload passengers on and off of, again, probably coming either from Philadelphia or towards Philadelphia. And then to get to this side of the park, they would actually walk underneath the tracks because obviously they're not going to cross over the tracks. That would be extremely and terribly dangerous and just an awful idea. So yes, at one point you can actually walk underneath the train tracks. And now I kind of want to walk underneath the train tracks. I'm assuming this does not date back to 1911, but it could. It's definitely a relic. It's a water fountain. Who actually still uses water fountains? The only people I know who still uses water fountains are kids. I only ever see kids drinking out of these. I know as a kid, I drank out of water fountains, and then by the time I became a teenager, I was completely skeeved out by the idea of drinking out of them. My son occasionally drinks out of them, and I'm just like, oh, but he doesn't care. He's a kid. He does not care about drinking out of water fountains. Me? Yeah, not so much. Cool to see they have them. I mean, if you're thirsty, if you're out here, if it's a nice warm day, because during the summer it does get pretty warm out here, and you need something to drink, there you go. Yeah, you have a water fountain. Me, I would probably just die because there's no way I'm drinking out of one of those. All right, guys, so that's about going to do it for this video. Just wanted to bring you out here and show you this amazing structure, this 1911 train station, the Valley Forge train station. As you guys know, again, I'm a huge fan of trains. I'm a huge fan of train stations. I'm a huge fan of Valley Forge. I'm a huge fan of architecture. So I definitely want to come out here and check this out. And the fact that we actually got to go inside was pretty cool because, like I said, the last couple of times I've been out here, the inside was not accessible. That was not something that was open to the public. So pretty cool. We actually got to do that today. And I got to document it. That was awesome. At some point, we will come back out here and I will actually take you guys to the Washington headquarters. We'll take a look at all the buildings that are out here. You can go inside many of these. It's pretty cool. There's actually some log cabins over there. We can go inside. We'll come back. We'll do that on a different day. But today, I just wanted to mainly focus on the train station because I really wanted to come out here and take it in. Like I said, I've been out here before. I've walked around. I've taken a look at it, but I never really admired it, if you will. I never really took it in because I was always out here with my son, and we just kind of quickly took a look and then walked away. But today, I really want to come out here and check this out, and it was really awesome. I'm so happy we came out here to see this. Again, the fact that we got to go inside was really amazing. That was just too cool. The Valley Forge train station, 1911, 110 years old as of this year. But all right, guys, like I said, that's going to do it for today's video. Unfortunately, we did not get to see a train come by. I was trying to walk around a bit and do some stalling, so hopefully maybe a train would come by while I was filming, but sadly, no trains as of yet. There definitely will be trains coming by here. There's always trains coming by here every day, but sadly, not while we were out here. But all right, guys, like I said, I'm gonna let you guys go. So as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also check down below for a link to Spreadshirt where you can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts. Proceeds both from Spreadshirt and from Patreon do get help putting gas in Vanderbilt and in Pumpkin. Thought I heard a train. I think it was just a bird. So anyway, guys, so like I said, check down below for links to Patreon and to Spreadshirt. Proceeds from both do good help putting gas in Vanderbilt and in Pumpkin, so we can come out to interesting places like this and take a look at amazing old 110-year-old train stations. And unfortunately, do not get to take a look at trains some days. But some days we do. All right, I gotta walk back up this crazy hill now. That's gonna be nuts. I'm gonna be winded by the time I get up there. So again, as always, like I said, check down below for all the different links. You guys do subscribe or you are subscribed. I will see you in tomorrow's video. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye. Wait a minute, hold on. For those of you still watching, I was just about to leave. I got to the top of the hill, got to where the restrooms are, and I started hearing some rumblings off in the distance, and sure enough, a train is coming by. Look at that. I'm walking down the dirt right now to take a look at this. Look at that. It's a Conrail train. I completely lucked out. Like I said, just about to leave, and the noisiest train in the world comes by. That is awesome. All right, guys, too cool. I got to see the train. I'm excited. All right, I'll see you guys next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.